Good day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here for another session of Meticulous Moments. It has been such a journey since 2020. I have met the most amazing people like my brother here, David Chametzky, made so many friends, made so many business connections, learned so many lessons. And I decided for this year, for Meticulous Moments, the two power words will be influence and impact, because that's how we want to change the culture around us. That's how we want to bring upliftment. Now, for our year, our sponsor is New Beginnings Motivation. So shout out to David Vrablik and the New Beginnings Motivation team. Absolutely excited to have you on board. And I'm joined here by a very prolific author, speaker, coach, and he is my friend and brother and colleague, David Chametzky. So I wanted to ask you, David, for our first question today. First of all, very welcome. Feel very welcome here on the show with us. We've walked quite a journey through many projects that we've been working on. And feel welcome. And please tell the Meticulous Moments audience, how did you become a part of our family?
Well, we met. You and I had known each other, I guess, at this point, about a year and a half, and we talked, and the great power of social media is you get to meet people from all over the country and all over the world, and you and I connected, right? You are, currently you're in the United States, but you were in South Africa, and I have this podcast that was the logo that you saw earlier on, and peace, love, and bring a bat. And you had come on as a guest, and we spoke about it. I was interviewed on your podcast, different times and things like that. And then we got to meet each other, about a year ago. Physically, we were at a AMA event. And I taught you how to swing a baseball bat. So all your, that was the really crazy thing is all the high level martial arts that you had never swung a baseball bat before.
Yes.
And then I was honored to teach you how to, swing a baseball bat because
Thank
everybody wants to swing a bat in their lives.
That's the truth. That's the truth. I'll always remember that. I remember it was the teal colored one.
Yep.
And I just want to tell the audience, because David is a very, very good public speaker, and he entered the speaker competition during that event, and he did so very well. He was in the top 3. David, would you like to tell them how that experience went? That was a great day.
Yeah, so when I had first met Emilio, I saw, he was like, "Oh, you got to be part of my contest," and I'm like, "Okay, sure." There's so many contests, and it doesn't necessarily mean I knew what type of speaker I was beforehand, but you still go to the contest, you still do the things that need to get done, and it was fun. It's an experience, and when I made the top cut, I was like taken back. When they were saying, David, and I was like, well, there must be another David here. And at that time, there wasn't. I know in the various organizations, CLA, AMA, and all those others, there's now multiple Davids. I wasn't the only one then, and I was the only one who attended that. So I'd gone up there, and there we go. That's what I was doing. Um, so I got up there and did my best. I went up first, so I didn't know what to do. I was picking out of a hat, which doesn't always tell you exactly how you are as a speaker, just that you can think quickly on your feet. And I've done that because I'm also a DTM in Toastmasters.
Yeah.
So my Toastmasters background had done that. And whatever happens, happens. The weird things. I've been in a lot of competitions, and it's the personality of the judges if they connect with you, if they even know how to be a judge on a. Just because you are a judge doesn't always mean that, and that's not the case with the Armor event. And I'm not disparaging anybody, so I just want to make sure that that's clear. I don't want people sometimes read too much into it, but that's why I don't enjoy competitions. There's so many variables that go into it, but in the variable that I went in, guess what? I was in the top 3. I think there were some better speakers than I was, but they also went over the line. There was definitely requirements, and that's what you have to do. It's like anything else in life. There's always guidelines to follow, and I was lucky enough to be in the top 3. And if I knew that, I would have pulled over the trophy I'd received. I was honored to just be nominated, and it was fun. It's always good if you're a speaker to get up there and speak. Competitions are, again, depending on what you're doing and what's the goal, it doesn't matter. It's keep getting improvements. That's why when I talk to clients, I talk to them, what are they doing every day? Like about you in the gym, right? You can't go to the gym once. You have to go to the gym multiple times because
Yep.
that's really where it comes down to. Same thing with talking.
That's the truth.
Hold on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, David. I remember that competition. I was a co-MC on that competition, on that whole event, actually, in New Jersey, Cherry
Yep.
Hill, New Jersey, with Angel Marie Monticelli. So I just want to give a shout out to my sister, Angel Marie Monticelli, as well. And I just want to say, guys, David is being very modest. There were about 20 speakers in that competition, and he was in the top 3. And I remember after him conducting his speech, and being called out as one of the top 3 speakers, they put papers with topics in a hat, and he drew a topic, and I just saw him nodding, and I knew he already out of the bat just knew what he was going to talk about, and he did so very well. And that was an amazing event to see how all those speakers conducted their speeches, how they just held the room, how they connected with the audience. And it was a new beginning for a lot of people. I know during that visit to the States, I had a lot of new beginnings transpiring. And that's why this topic of new beginnings for 2024 gets me so excited, because new beginnings help us to set the stage for great things to come. Now, I wanted to ask you about a new beginning that you had in your life and how that really changed the trajectory of what you were doing, and how it just impacted your life.
Well, I think new beginnings are huge, right? You always should have a new beginning or a new goal. You can't just
Yeah.
have one goal. There's no finish line in life. The finish line is when they put you in the box or wherever they put you. It
Yes.
really is new beginnings, new growth. I mean, that's why I took the background where I normally have my background. But like one of my new beginnings is part of the things I do is I actually have my own comic book that I created. I not only am I an author in a number of books, including many solo books. I have more books coming out. Those are the new beginnings, and that's why I enjoy having the opportunity. To me, you'll learn here in the United States. I'm not sure if in South Africa you get a lot of snow, maybe up in the mountains, but when you walk on that snow for that first time, that
Mm-hmm.
pristine snow, it just feels differently than just
Mm.
walking on any snow. It's
Yeah.
like you feel like it's the first time. And that's why a new beginning, you always want to look for the next goal. Not that you can't be satisfied with what you've already achieved. And I would never say to just give up,
Mm-hmm.
but you also want to make sure that the new beginning, so wherever you are, I mean, that's why nobody does comic books because it's hard,
Mm-hmm.
it's expensive, it's not as easy. It's not like just writing a book. There's a lot of things, and there's a lot of teamwork that has to go part of that. And that's where, you and I connect all the time about the teamwork
Yes.
and the leadership in being able to see what the goal is, make sure that the goal is aligned with the rest of the team, and then trust the people. This trust is really important to go forward as a new beginning. Even if you've had a bad experience with somebody, you can
Yes.
always reset it and restart something new. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I love new beginnings, because while you might have a history, there's always a way to go forward much differently, and this time with a little bit more knowledge and experience.
That's true. That's true. New beginnings are open, they're free, they really put us on another level, and they teach us a lot of lessons. So I think new beginnings are part of our personal and professional development. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Now, I know I've got a book that you gifted me when I saw you at Austin Haynes' event in Flashpoint, at Flashpoint.
Yep,
And that book said, "It's my time to soar."
yep,
And I keep that book on my desk, because when you are busy working, sometimes you sit and you have a break, and you have to have these reminders around yourself to kind of tell you, get going, start tomorrow off fresh, don't give up, keep the hope alive. And those things really work in on our subconscious. So that book, I keep it there. I've got Angel's books there. I've got the books that I've been an author in there. And I always like to remind myself of these little things. And I think new beginnings remind us that there is always hope. There's always a way. Now, you showed me your comic book. Let's let the audience look at that. I believe it's Pathfinder. Tell
Yep, the
us a little bit
Pathfinder.
about that. Yes, tell the audience so they can support you in this.
Yeah, so well, the other book also, that was the book that I gifted you was the first book I've ever published by myself. I was a sole author. I've been in a lot of compilations,
Yes.
and that's great if you're just trying to say you're an author. But then the times when you create a book on your own, that becomes a heavier lift. And but that also that book when I first got it sent chills down my spine. The
Yeah.
first time you hold something that has your name on it, a real book, uh, is better than nothing. I still get chills thinking about it because that book was very personal for me. You know,
Yeah.
and then there's the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder actually is a comic book, but it's a story that I created that we all have experienced probably in our lives in a relationship where we have a misunderstanding or an argument even, and you're like, what the hell happened there? And
Yeah.
you go through a journey, and then the protagonist, the gentleman in this story went through this and then found who we'll call Mr. 5S, because when you have experiences, they're most powerful when they touch your senses.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what really the explanation is. And he was guided along his own path. We're all on under our own paths. And sometimes we take the easy road and we think that's going to be the best for us because it's easy, but it doesn't give us the best learning. And in
Mm-hmm.
this book, as the Pathfinder, it really is taking the harder road. And when you take the harder road, you're going to learn something because it's those hard lessons that actually teach us the greatest lessons we need.
That's it. Yes, I once saw a photo. It was a beautiful reminder. It said, difficult roads lead to beautiful destinations. And it's not always easy for people to start over. It's not always easy for people to close off a chapter and say, well, I'm ready for a new beginning. Some people find it easy to adapt. For others, it's a little bit more difficult. But you are very adaptable, David. I've known you quite a long time. I've seen the things that that you've been doing, and I see that growth, and I see you going from strength to strength. Now, I know you've got projects coming up this year, and I want to highlight those projects to the Meticulous Moments audience. So tell us what's up this year for you.
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. I'm doing a couple of events. Actually, I'm going to do one event a month, just
Nice.
small little impactful events. And I'm building out I don't want to say community, because
Yeah.
you could come and go as you want. It's not going to be a charge to be part of the community, but then there'll be an upcharge if you want, depending on what level you'd like to be involved in. And
Yeah.
but there's gonna be a lot of free events. So I'm not pushing. I want you to give me $10 a month, $50 a month, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um, it's because I just want everybody to feel comfortable. One of
Mm-hmm.
the specialties that I have, the characteristics when people talk about me, and is just that I try to create a safe space. I mean, there's times that I get frustrated and angry just like anybody else. I'm
Yeah.
human, right? We're living this human experience, and my new beginning is really the lone wolf squadron. And it really is. You want to fly together. You're going to fly your own plane. You're going to do whatever you want, and you could be a lone wolf. You could do it all by yourself if you want, but find some wing people like
Mm-hmm.
Juanita. And that's what it really is the right wing people, the right people who really have your back. That's the
Mm-hmm.
part of entrepreneurship. When you find the right people, there's a tribe that's always going to be looking to help you and say that they're going to help you. There's a difference between saying and standing
Yeah.
behind you and having that conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
really like Jose, right? So, you could do whatever you need to do, but Jose is one of those people, with his integrity, and it's really one of those people that I'm glad I met. I mean, J.R. Spear, another one that I really am glad that I've met, and I can consider him a friend and who has your back in the best ways possible.
We have those wing people that are important. You made a very, very good point there. We have to have people surrounding us. There's a reason why there's a saying, that no man is an island. And in all the years that I did ministry, I always told the youth, the youth and the young adults, I said, when you are in your home, growing up, you are dependent on your family structure, whether it be your grandfather, your grandmother, or your parents, or, whatever your setup must be, you are dependent. When you become a young adult working out there and doing your thing, or an entrepreneur, or if you're studying, you become independent. But I said one thing that you'll always be, and this is why human relationships, personally, professionally, on all levels are so important. You'll always be interdependent. You'll always lean on others to help you, and they will lean on you to assist you, on your journey. And that can be lending a helping hand, sending a word of positivity, making that, connecting that dot for someone in order for a door to open. So I want to thank you for being here, David. It's always good to connect with you. We're going to be doing a lot of projects together still, and I look forward to the journey. And thank you for being a part of Meticulous Moments. Family, would you like to leave the audience with any words of wisdom before we close the session off?
Well, like everything else about my podcast, what I say is, peace doesn't mean the absence of problems. It means having
Yes.
the possibility of and knowledge on how to get through those ideas. Because it doesn't matter what your outside environment is. If you can find the peace within yourself to manage and understand that, that's part of it. And then love, just keep giving love, but unconditional love.
Yes.
So don't say, hey, Juanita, I'm going to give you love, but I need something back from you. Then that's not unconditional. You just put it out there, no expectations. I mean, much like the messages I send out to many people in the morning, it's
Yes.
just a message that they get, that they've asked, they've connected with me. And I'm not asking for, oh, this is great, this is not great. It's an energy. Love is an
Upliftment.
energy. And
Yeah.
then the most important part is when you have to bring it back, know those boundaries, keep those boundaries to yourself, and just be awesome. That's what I want. Be awesome today, and make sure you're bringing authenticity to you and to all those around you. Because when you're authentic, when you're your most authentic person, nobody could beat you. And thank you so much. They want to contact me, David Chametzky, on all social media platforms. It's really easy to find me. It's a unique name, and love to connect.
Absolutely, guys. Make sure you follow David. Make sure you connect with him and become involved in his projects. He's doing great things out there. Peace, love, and bring about one of my favorite podcasts that I've ever been on. We talked so many, different variables, and David's always just bringing fresh content out there. So, David, thank you for being an amazing entrepreneur, brother, and friend, and colleague as well. And may God bless us coming here, and keep doing the upliftment that you're doing out there. We salute you for that. Have a beautiful, beautiful Monday.
You as
Thank
well.
you.
Bye. God bless you.
Bye. God bless you. Bye.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Super excited to be here with you today. The name is David Vravlik, and I am the founder and president of New Beginnings Motivation. And we are super excited to announce that we are teaming up and coming alongside to be a sponsor for Meticulous Moments with Juanita Kapp. This was an absolute joy to be able to come and to be able to be a sponsorship with her, not only because I believe in what she's doing and all the powerful moments that she's providing her community and the fact that she's invited me on her show a couple of times, but I'm also excited because she's a part of the family within the New Beginnings Motivation team. And it was a no-brainer when we had this conversation about teaming up with her. And so it is with an extreme honor that myself personally teaming up with Juanita Kapp. So super excited and much love, sister.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're the #1 fastest growing community and tribe of some of the highest level entrepreneurs all around the country and around the world. We're in 36 states across the U.S., in 11 international countries, and over 240 plus members, growing every single day. And I'm honored, excited, and I'm glad to say that I'm proud to be the official sponsor of the Meticulous Moments podcast with Juanita Kapp. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm excited for this journey.